Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Bree Ward. And thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Thank you. I hope y'all watched my last video and I hope it was helpful for you. If it wasn't, I'm always so sassy. I'm such a Gemini. Like, it's ridiculous. Have y'all seen that Cat Williams stuff? Cat Williams, what he just did was the epitome of what a Gemini is. Like, we sit, we observe, we collect facts. We're not constantly gonna be like, oh, eating you up. But when somebody asks you the facts, we're going to recite them verbatim, your actions, how you showed up, and it's gonna be no remorse. It's just kind of, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Anywho, but I digress. I wanted to talk about current events, but I really am heavy on becoming better as a person. Like, I think for me personally, it took me so long to find my own identity. Like, and I still am searching. It's never an end. It's never an end to it. You're never gonna find yourself so much that if you find yourself so much, it's like you're practically done with life. And that's not a thing. You're gonna be constantly evolving. So today I want to talk about creating your value. No. Not even creating your value. How to govern your life. And I'm going to talk about the first step, I believe, to govern your life, what it looks like. Because to govern your own life is to just control your narrative, control what you have going on. And you can't really control anything when you don't have a direction. And if you don't have a direction, if you don't have a direction, you're gonna feel lost. You're gonna feel like you don't know what the fuck to do. So, don't have to say the fuck. Anywho, you're gonna feel like you don't know what to do because you don't have any direction. Governing, whatever. If you want to govern your life better, the first thing you need to do before doing anything. Don't go try to start a YouTube channel. Don't try to go post on TikTok looking for validations. Don't go put on for the city. Don't go looking for yourself in a boyfriend. Don't go looking for yourself in your siblings. Don't go looking for yourself in nobody else. Go within and you're going to do a deep analyzation of your own life. And this is going to help you. This is going to be the star. This is the star at the beginning of where you're going to create some foundation so you can start to govern your life. So anywho, the first thing you need to do, and I'm talking to y'all because let me tell y'all why I'm even talking like this. I've been watching videos of Sharp. I don't know if y'all know who Sharp is, but like he a pimp, or he used to be a pimp. And I love how he talk. He's like, get to the meat and potatoes of it all. And I feel like a lot of people don't get to the meat and potatoes of it all. People don't get to the meat and potatoes, and after watching his videos so much, it taught me to just be direct and get real specific. He's like, okay, well, if you are, sorry y'all, this is the context of it all. If you are a hoe, really be a hoe. Like, really live that life. Really do that thing. Don't pretend like you're one, and don't pretend like you're one and do all the things of one, but not really, you know what I'm saying? Not really be one. You're like, I want to break a nigga down, but you're not really about that life. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all fill in the blanks? All I'm saying is, don't try to be something that you're not. Find who you really are, and the way that you're going to find who you really are, and the way you're going to find who you are, because I got to talk fast, y'all, because I got to break. You first need to go within and start looking at your past experiences. Okay, so the first things first, you need to identify your personal values. Now, if you don't know how to identify your personal values, that is perfectly fine. It is okay. Here's how you identify your personal values. You first reflect on your past experiences, okay? So start thinking about the moments in your life where you felt the most proud, where you felt the most satisfied. Like, maybe when you accomplished going to college and getting your degree and it made you feel good. And you're just like, damn, why did that make me feel good? Like, is it because people were cheering me on? Is it because I actually completed something and I have a certificate of it? Do I feel better when I'm rewarded from doing a task? Those types of things you have to analyze. Those type of things you can analyze to help you assess really like what you value. Like, not just, first of all, I need to stop saying like, and y'all gonna work with me and y'all gonna get this information. And I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to stop saying like, but it's really rough for me, okay? So yeah, you want to first reflect on your past experiences in any form. So take this moment right now, pause the video, and write a bullet point in your journal and say, reflect on past experiences. Think about moments in your life. I'm talking about from A to now. Okay, from A to now, not just the stuff that happened last week, not only the emotional things, all of the categories in your life, in your past experiences, things that have affected you, things that made you feel good. Assess that, and when you do that, come back to the video. Another thing is identifying role models. Identify people. So the next thing you need to do is identify role models. Look at people who you look up to, who seem like they have life together, or who are living a life that you might potentially be interested in pursuing. Not that you're trying to mimic them, but look at their lives and see how they present themselves, or what they're doing in their lives to cultivate the thing. So say for instance, if you like Michelle Obama, you look at her life, you like, I like the way she dressed. I like the way she talked. I like the way she's poised as a woman, like, carry herself with confidence. And sometimes you have to adopt an ego in order to embody that first, and then you become that. I'm not talking about some hide in Michelle's. I'm not saying become Michelle. I'm saying to adopt some of her habits, okay? So that you can cultivate that type of lifestyle. So that is basically finding a role model. You can look at it. You can look for a role model in anybody. Like anybody who you see and you like, dang, I like her life. I like his life. I like what he's doing. I like his ambition. Me personally, one of my role models is Beyonce. And not because I'm in the Beehive, but because her work ethic literally keeps me on my toes. When I watch anything Beyonce related, it makes me want to make my YouTube video. It makes me want to say, okay, let me get myself together because Beyonce ain't making no excuses. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to work, it's time to work. So that's the second thing. Find a role model. Find somebody who motivates you, who life you want to have, but don't duplicate their life. Look at their habits, okay? I feel like I shouldn't even have to say that, but don't become jealous or envious or nobody else. Okay, so the third thing, consider your, sorry, I gotta look at my notes. Consider your current priorities. Like, what are you prioritizing in your life? Turn back on the ocean for y'all. What are you prioritizing in your life? Like, what are your priorities? Like, if you know that you want to be a gym girl, you know you want to work out, you need to get up and go to the gym every day. Does it make that sounds so basic, but it's the real. Like, if you know you want to be a lawyer, you need to be studying law daily. You need to be studying law. Like, anywho, look at where your priorities today. So if you are laying in the bed, if you are on your phone, if you are going to the grocery store to grab Zuzus and Wham Whams, when you are wanting to be a more active and fit person, your values are off. Your values are off because that's not something that is a driving force for you. You're not striving to be fat. You're not striving to be, lazy. You aspire to be somebody who's motivated, who's ambitious. And so what that action of going to the store, the action of not doing anything is basically just you being out of alignment. You know what I'm saying? So start assessing your current life is basically what I'm trying to say. Assess what you are doing now to contribute to finding your core values, the rooter or the tutor of who you are. Oh my God, this is another thing. This is a big thing, y'all. Clarifying your guiding principles. In defense of clarifying your guiding principles, I guess how you can explain this one is like me. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Me personally, honesty, empathy, and integrity is important to me. Okay. Now, I'll tell a white lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I tell a white lie because I'm a Gemini. I don't really care. If I'm telling a white lie, it's either to make myself laugh, to whatever. I'm not gonna make no excuses. I tell a little white lie here and there. It is what it is. Keep life spicy, okay? So, anywho, but I do value honesty, integrity, and empathy because a lot of people these days, I feel like grace is important. I try to be understanding of people in their lives so that it can help me flow, because if I didn't understand people and be graceful to their life, it will literally cause me in my inside to feel bogged down and sad, because feeling understanding of people helps me get clarity. I feel like the more understanding I have of people, the less resentment I have. The less resentment I have, the more I can be a productive human being. So in my life, when I'm assessing my life personally, integrity, honesty, empathy is important for me. Your truth about your life and who you are will help me understand you better, and I like working with people. My truth and my honesty and my integrity to the world helps people understand me better. And the more people understand me better, the more motivated and happy I am. Do that make sense? I feel like I just went in circles, and I hope y'all got that. So clarify your guiding principles. Like, what's guiding you? I'm getting up today, not because I'm a hater bitch, but I'm getting up today because I want my little sister to look up to me. I want my nephew to be like, oh my God, like, oh, my Nana is great. You know, stuff like that. What's your guiding principles? Like, what's your thing? What's your thing to keep you going? You know what I'm saying? Don't be guided by other people though, in a sense of their expectations and hopes of you though. You know what I'm saying? Don't be guided by that. So if somebody say, well, I feel like she lazy, and they're talking about you, don't be like, I'm gonna get up today because they call me lazy, because guess what? When they stop talking about you, you gonna stop too. I used to be driven by people, like, I used to be driven by adversity. I used to be driven by people thinking that I would not succeed. But then I realized when people thought I could succeed, when people are happy for me, when people are cheering for me, I don't know how to manage that. I don't know how to manage it. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that is. But anywho, clarify your principles and the things that are your driving forces in life currently. Okay, so then you're gonna seek feedback. You're gonna seek feedback from the people around you. What do people tell you often? You know what I'm saying? Seek feedback. I know I just said that you shouldn't be moved by people's. Seeking feedback does not mean you have to take hold of their feedback. So they did call you lazy. That don't mean that you take that on and keep being lazy. That means that you say, okay, well, I'm lazy. I don't want to be a lazy person. I don't want to be viewed as lazy. What can I do to get out of that? Why am I lazy? What's causing? Be more fucking curious. I curse so much. Be more curious about what's going on with you. Like, be more curious as to how you showing up. So yeah, seek clarity from the people around you. Ask people next to you, like, hey, what do you think of me? Like, when you think of me, what words come to your mind? That type of thing. And people can give you answers based off their perception. So you have to be careful, because sometimes people are viewing you based off of what's in their mind. But you're not here to collect facts. You're here to collect data so that you can analyze data. Period. Point blank. I hope that makes sense. Lastly, the most important thing, you need to review and adjust. Anything, when you're setting your core values and who you are, you don't just say, oh, this is who I am, and you're stuck there. Just like I said in the beginning, review and adjust. You should be constantly checking in with yourself to make sure you are where you want to be. You need to constantly be checking in to make sure you're showing up how you're supposed to show up. Is it still the same? Do I still feel the same? Do I still feel like I want to be a gym rat? Y'all, that's my only example, because that's who I am. Is this how I want to be viewed as? Is this productive still? And then you have to change your productivity. You need to change your habits and your the things that you do, contributing to your ultimate, fulfillment, because things are going to fulfill us differently throughout life. And if you want to feel like you're a purposeful human being, you want to feel like you are governing your life, you have to constantly, it's a business, constantly governing your own life is a constant and never stops. When you start adding new variables, you have kids, you have a husband, you have a new job, you got to govern your life. And honestly, governing your life will help you have more fun and realize that Nothing is ever that deep. You know what I'm saying? You can coast through life, but coast through life with some structure, okay? And stop lying to yourself about who you are. Stop lying to yourself about how you're showing up, because we're going to see it in your habits. We're going to see it in the fruits of your garden. We're going to see that. You know, you going to feel that. When you're not rejuvenated by life, when you no longer are motivated, you going to be the one having to deal with that. Nobody else. You get what I'm saying? So learn to govern your own life within the parameters that are comfortable for you and not for somebody else. And at any point, any second, you can change that. These are just some fundamental pieces that'll help you become more of yourself, so that you can get into the pathway of governing your own life. You know what I'm saying? And I have more to talk about this topic, but I don't really have time to talk about it today. Hopefully I can post another video telling y'all some more steps on how to govern your own life. And I know this is a constant thing that we're gonna constantly be living, this sort of type of life where we're trying to figure it out. We're always trying to figure it out, but this is a start. Anyway, I hope y'all gained something from this video. If you didn't, that's okay. Come back next time, you might. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if your heart feels that you want to do that. And I love y'all so much, and honestly, I just want to see y'all grow. I want to see everybody happy and doing well, because I know what it feels like to be in the position where you're not growing, to be unsure about who you are, to be a shell of yourself. I know that. I've been there. I don't want y'all to be that. It's not fun. Anyway, stay tuned for more content. I love y'all. It's the 7th day of the week. Kick off a good week next week. Kick off next week. Well, I don't know what I'm saying. Adios, amigo.